What is going on, guys? Welcome back to the Cheap Talk Podcast. It's your boy, Anthony, and I'm here with my co-host, Quinn. And today, we have a special episode. We have Lil Yachty. If you guessed right, our hints are pretty obvious, I think. We had a boat and a Lil in the name.
Something on the ocean.
Yeah, something on the ocean. That's what it was. Something on the ocean. But you guys know how it goes. We're going to go through the albums, our like songs, our favorite songs, and then our artist rankings at the end. Oh, and also the singles. So don't forget that. But before we get into that, make sure you guys like, subscribe, comment, do all that jazz, share, and spread the word about the pod. It's consistent, and stuff will be coming out for sure. Anything you want to add to that, Quinn?
Nah, man. This is our second episode, second of many.
Third
Third
episode.
We had Jid, Ski Mask,
Third. Yeah.
So as we had said, boys, we're making progress, and we would appreciate any share. You guys, will put your friends on. So,
Sure.
Yeah. With that said, I think we should get into it.
Alrighty, I'm gonna kick things off. The first album we have by Lil Yachty is Lil Boat, the first one, right? So I'll give you my like songs off of this, which were Minnesota, Up Next To, One Night, and Out Late. Just a little disclaimer, the albums that we didn't really like, we're not going to spend too much time on because he has quite a bit of albums that we got to get through, and we don't want to make the episode too long for you guys. But those are my 4 songs that I like. How about you, Quinn?
I had only liked 2 off of this album, and that was like the popular ones. I liked One Night in Minnesota.
Yeah.
There's a couple other decent songs, but these are the ones that I added to my playlist. So
For sure. You didn't have any favorites either? I didn't have any favorites.
I had Minnesota as a favorite, just because it's like hella funny and vibey. I fuck with that song Minnesota. But that was my only one. Yeah.
Okay. I just didn't have any favorites. I like Minnesota, but not like that, you know?
Mm-hmm.
Album-wise, I'm going to be honest, it's really hard to get into Lil Yachty. Like, if you go back to his older work,
Yeah, if you start with the old stuff, yeah.
yeah, it's really hard. It was a really tough listen. Nothing else more to say unless you want to add anything.
Yeah, I think it's a pretty dope album cover. On the album cover, he's got the coordinates, where his boat was when he took the pic, which is pretty dope. And yeah, I think it was his first album, so I'm gonna cut him some slack. But yeah, and he had One Night in Minnesota, which has a ton of streams. So a lot of people hate on the early stuff, which I can respect because it wasn't that good. But he did have hits on his first album he ever made. So
You can't, I mean, let's be honest. You can't, like, I can remember me bumping One Night in Minnesota. I'm going to be honest.
Minnesota, yeah,
For sure.
definitely.
And One Night's like that mellow, like, you know, that, I know you want this for life. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But next album is Summer Songs 2. So I'm going to start things off with Summer Songs 2. So my likes were For Hot 97, Up Next 3, and Life Goes On. Quinn, did you have anything, if anything?
There's a couple alright songs, but I would argue this was his worst album. So no, I didn't have anything saved. Summer songs, I wouldn't play in the summer. I wouldn't play in the winter. I wouldn't play any time of the year. I didn't really care for the album. But did you have any favorites off of it?
No, I didn't have any favorites off of it. I didn't have any favorites for a while, to be honest. Like, the first 3 albums, I didn't have any favorites. I like this one, Summer Songs 2. Definitely, the thing is, I don't think this is better than the Lil Boat album. I think maybe the highs on, like, One Night or Minnesota are just better than, like, some of the songs here.
I would agree.
That's about it, though. It was cool, I guess. Not my favorite. I don't think it's his worst, though. I know what his worst is, and we'll get to it when we get to it. Anything else you want to say about this album, or should we just move on?
I mean, maybe if you're at the beach and it first dropped, you could have played it and got away with it. But if you're playing that shit in 2023, you got to get some new music because that shit was whack. Sorry, Lil Yachty. maybe it was experimental. Give him the benefit of the doubt. It just wasn't my favorite.
Yeah, I agree. Okay. Now we have Teenage Emotions. You want to go over what songs you saved or favorited?
Yeah. So this one I didn't favorite and like more than the past two albums. I definitely liked more. I like Dirty Mouth better. Say My Name. X-Men. Running with the Ghost. Running with the Ghost had a really cool melodic part. Running with the Ghost with that one. What's her name? Evander Grimm. I didn't know of her, but her part is actually cold in that song. Not no fuck Grace. It's just Grace. I was looking at X-Men, but Grace went pretty dummy in that song. And then I liked FYI and Mama too.
For sure.
That's what I liked.
I'm gonna be honest. I only liked one song off of this. Oh, did you say your favorites, or did you have no favorites?
I had X-Men was a favorite. That was it though.
Okay. I'm gonna be honest. I only liked one song, and that was Peekaboo with the Migos, obviously. I thought it was kind of fire. It was like a trap. It was like a trap. Like, I don't really know how to explain it. Peekaboo, 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 peekaboo. That's all I can say. You know what I'm saying?
Enough said.
But no, I think this is his worst album. I think Teenage Emotions is really bad. It's hard. It was really hard for me to even listen to this twice because I was like, is it really that bad? Like I needed to go back and listen to it twice to make sure I wasn't missing anything, and I wasn't missing out. I can tell you that for sure.
Yeah, I would disagree. I think his second one is worse. Why do you think this one was so bad? You think this one was better or worse than Summer? Summer song?
Just a tad. Not like they're both bad, but I'm not saying like Teenage Emotions is. I only saved one song off of it. I definitely would say that like his quality stepped up, but I just prefer the songs off of Summer Songs 2 more than like Teenage Emotions.
Okay.
I think it was just the songs he made. I just didn't really like. And Summer Songs 2, he did have some trap bangers in there. Like For Hot 97 is a banger. I don't know if you remember that song, but that song is a banger. I was almost debating on. I can't redo it. I can't say it back, but I listened to it multiple times. It's got like 4 people on it, and it's pretty hard.
It was For Hot 97.
Yeah, For Hot 97. It's pretty hard though. It's for sure.
Yeah, I think Lil Yachty's part was decent. I remember that one, but it wasn't enough for me to like it.
Yeah, okay. It's understandable. Should we move on to Lil Boat 2 now?
I think we can. Yeah, we've had pretty altering feelings, pretty different feelings so far, but I think this is where we start to um favorite the same songs. I think that the first 3 was just because it was they weren't that good of albums.
Yeah.
It's just showing that we have different tastes sometimes. So, but here I think we can start to notice that it did get better.
Yeah. I think we can both agree that the first 3 albums were you don't want to go back and listen to it again. Like you're only doing it for the pot. You know what I'm saying? I mean, obviously to maybe find some hidden bangers in there, but let's be honest. I wouldn't go back to it like that. I would just go for maybe Minnesota in one night, to be honest. I don't think you're missing much out of all the other songs off of the other 3 albums. That's my whole take on those 3, though.
Yeah, I would agree.
Lil Boat 2. I'm going to start with this one. I saved 4 songs. I saved Talk to Me Nice with Quavo, Get Money Bros with T Grizzly, and Count Me In and Das Cap. Now, Count Me In and Das Cap are 2 of my favorites off this album. Count Me In is just a boom, boom, boom. It reminds me of Playboi Carti's Stop Breathing in a way. Because, it has that
okay.
You know what I'm talking about?
I see that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it was
that.
Yeah, it was different. I was like, bro, this is kind of hard. And Das Cap, oh my gosh, that beat is fire, bro. That Das Cap, hey, that boy crazy. That boy crazy on that. That beat is fire. That was I think my favorite song, definitely off the album. Get Money Bros is solid though. I don't know if this is the first song we heard from Lil Yachty and T Grizzly, but you can already tell that they have so much chemistry together with the back and forth and trading bars and everything like that. And obviously them being on different songs like From D to the A, and then being on what's the other one, the Michigan Boy Boat album or something like that, I think it is. Um, so yeah, that was cool. What about you?
So I saved 6 songs off of this album. I saved Death Cap because of the beat.
Yes sir.
Talk to Me Nice.
Yes
I
sir.
thought was a pretty cool song. NBA Young Goat I saved, but looking at it, it wasn't even that good. I think that some people rate it higher than it is.
For sure.
I don't think it's a bad song. I think it's one of the better on the album, but by no means a great song. I think it's overrated. And then I saved Oops, Whole Lot of Guap, and 66.
Oh, Whole Lot of Guap. That sounds familiar. How did that,
66 was a really good one.
how did Whole Lot of
Whole Lot
Guap
of
go
Guap
again?
let me see.
Is that the I could?
Maybe your trip start tweaking.
Oh, okay. Never mind. It's not what I thought it was. I thought it was. It must be a different album or something.
Be Unknown
Hey,
is kind of gets you going too.
did you have any favorites
So,
off of it? Like, was Das Cap a favorite or no favorites off this album?
let me check. I think I saved one. It might have been Death Cap. Nope,
Okay.
no favorites. I didn't
No
save any
favorites.
favorites.
Wow. Okay. But definitely step up in quality. From these songs, definitely you can already tell there's a big jump. I feel like. I like how he.
I
I
would say
think.
yeah.
Yeah. I
I
think it
would
was
say
kind of
more. I wouldn't say a
more.
big jump though. I
Okay.
think it's better, but maybe not a big jump.
Maybe from like Lobo
Um,
One, though, for sure.
yeah, in the second album, yeah, big
Yeah.
jump. The third album wasn't. I mean, I guess we disagree on the third album, but
Yeah, makes
I
sense.
mean, yeah, I think it was a step up.
I'm surprised that we had so many songs that were like kind of similar. Like Talk to Me Nice and Death Cap. I feel like me and you we have similar taste in a way, but not really in a sense. Like every time like I do this or like we do this, I always think like, how did you like that song? But hey, it was kind of hey, I mean, obviously it is what it is. Not my favorite album. It's cool. Go listen to it for sure. I think. Maybe would you really start with this album? Maybe.
I
Maybe
wouldn't.
not.
I
Maybe
wouldn't
not
start
start
with
with
it.
it. No, but it is. I think it's pretty cool. The album cover is cool as well. And
Yeah.
yeah. Anything else you want to add? No. All right. Next album we have Nuthin to Prove. You want to start off or should I?
Yeah, I can start this one off.
All right. Bet that. What you got?
All right, we got Nothing to Prove. Yeah, this was a good one. This is a good album. I like this album.
This was a good one.
I saved Get Dripped with Cardi. Typical Cardi. He went dummy on that shit.
Typical.
I saved Riley from the Boondocks. I want to know what you thought of that song.
Oh,
I think it was a good song. I thought it was a pretty good song. Like I'm Riley from the Boondocks.
yeah.
Oh, and then I said I'm the Mac. I'm the Mac. I'm the Mac. Falling in Love with Gunna. And then
That's a sleeper.
Yeah,
That's a sleeper. That's a sleeper.
The other one?
Falling in love is a sleeper, dude. I'm not even joking.
yeah, the beat of that. The
Bro.
beat of that.
I've been falling in love with a life.
Nice.
Yeah. But yeah, that's fire. But did
And
you have
then
any
Yacht Club too.
Yacht Club, of
So.
course. Did you have any favorites?
Yeah, I definitely did. I liked.
I'm falling in love.
Let me see. I liked. Oh yeah, I liked Falling in Love was a favorite.
Mm-hmm.
Yacht Club was a favorite. And then I also favorited Get Dripped.
Okay.
I think that's a pretty arguable, decent favorites. Those were all 3 great songs off the album.
For sure, I actually completely agree with you. The only one that I didn't favor was Get Dripped, but we'll get to my list in a sense. Anything else you want to add before we get to my like songs or favorites?
Yeah. Let me see. I think. I think this one had a cool album cover too. I think this was one of my favorite album covers.
I agree.
Um,
I think it's
yeah,
just
that's it
dope.
though.
I think it's dope.
This, yeah, this was the one where I saw a big improvement. This was the one where I was like, he's starting to feature with dope people. He's like kind of understanding the flow. This is the one where I saw a step up at. And then
Yeah,
I think it improved with the next albums.
I think I agree with you there with like his flow and maybe almost like his confidence in a way. You know, I feel like he maybe like the first three albums he was just trying to figure out his sound, and then the fourth one he kind of found it, but then the fifth one he definitely found it. You know.
Yeah, you said confidence?
Yeah, maybe confidence in a way. You know.
Yeah,
So
I think so.
maybe not confident. I don't know, but I would say maybe
I
confidence.
think
You
you're
know.
just confident in his voice more.
Yeah, for sure. And
So
he
he was able
maybe
to flow better.
maybe he knew what to add and what not to, and like what songs were good on the album, what songs didn't fit, stuff like that, you know. Um, but yeah, my likes off the album were "Give Me My Respect," the intro track, fire. I also had "Get Dripped" with Playboy Cardi. I didn't favor it though, however. I think it's just that I don't really listen to it enough. I've heard the beat so many times that it's like it's cool. If it's on, I'll listen to it, but I'm definitely not going to it over and over again. I had Yacht Club, obviously, favorited that one, and I had Fallen in Love with Gunna, which is a favorite. Now the songs that you mentioned, Riley and the Boondocks, and what was the other one? I'm the Mac.
Yeah.
Yeah, those two were really close. They were really close. I think more Riley and the Boondocks than I'm a Mac. Only because I think Riley and the Boondocks is just a tad better. But I think Fallen in Love is low key a
I would agree.
sleeper on the album. I think Fallen in Love is a sleeper. I think that low key is like the second
I would
best.
agree with that. It is a sleeper.
It's a sleeper for
It's a
sure.
hidden gem.
It's kind of like Gone interlude with Ski Mask that we had. Like every time I looked over the songs that we had that I liked or favorited, this one kept on moving up and up and up. And
Yeah.
throughout the days after listening to songs and like when my top 5 songs were, this one was like getting caught in my head. The hook just kept on. I'm falling in love. What eyes? Like that. Like this was so good of a chemistry between Gunna and Lil Yachty. I think they fit perfectly together. And I think that like Lil Yachty chose the right feature. You know, I think Gunna perfectly fits on the song.
Really?
I think so.
Think they
Yeah.
fit really well together?
Okay, maybe not. Maybe I said that wrong. I don't think they maybe sound the best together, but I think Gunna is the best feature for this song.
Oh, for the song, I would agree. Yeah.
Yeah,
The beat, yeah.
for sure. Because I feel like that's a Gunna type beat, you know.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Anything else you want to say about it? I mean, I got nothing else to say about it really.
Um, yeah, I think that if you've heard Yachty already and you like want to get into him more, this is a great album to start with. I think this is a good one to start with because it's not. How many songs is on it? Do you know?
I want to say like 16 or something. Let me.
15. Yeah.
Yeah.
Um,
Okay.
15 songs. Yeah.
15.
So it's not a super long listen. This is when he starts to get actual decent features. He's got Juice WRLD on here, Lil Baby, Young Nudie, Playboy Cardi, Trippie Redd even, and then Gunna obviously. So he's starting to like get himself into the game more. He's getting recognition. I think this is a good one to start with. If you don't mind listening to somewhat older stuff, it isn't old, but it's like it's not as new as some of his newest albums. Yeah, if you want to just like listen to a whole album and you want it all to be fire, I wouldn't go with this one to the start. But if you want to like look into some of the background of Lil Yachty and how stuff was before his current music, I think this is a good one to start with. This is the one that I would have started with. This one would have put me on. So
You would definitely say this one's probably more mainstream. You think?
yeah, I think it's more mainstream than. I mean, Lil Boat 2 and Nuthin to Prove are definitely way more mainstream than any of the previous albums.
For sure.
And then the only other mainstreams that he has is just the 2 songs off of Lil Boat, One
Yeah.
Night in Minnesota.
I mean like the album as far as like you could go in like mainstream artists. So like if you like artists like Cardi, Gunna, stuff like that, you could just go to the album and like you know, kind of be there for the features in a sense, but still like listen and get a taste of Lil Yachty.
Yeah, that's a good. Yeah, I like that. Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I meant by like the album's more mainstream, you know, so like it could grab maybe more people,
Okay.
stuff like that. But yeah, decent, solid album for sure. Solid. I think it's by far the best that we've gone through so far right now.
Yeah.
Definitely a big step in improvement for sure, like we said before. But next was Lil Boat 3. Okay, you want to start with this one off, or shall I?
You can start with it.
All right, bet that. Lil Boat 3, I really like this one, man. This was the one where I was like, I've never listened to this album before, so when I was doing all of Lil Yachty's songs and albums and stuff like that, this one really surprised me because I had never listened to any of the songs off of here except for Oprah's Bank Account, because it was kind of like a meme song in a way, you know, and it had Drake on it. So, but after that, I heard no songs off of it, and I gotta say, it really impressed me. This production and the beat selection on here, I think, were phenomenal. I think maybe even some of his best choices for sure. The only thing that I think brings the album down just a tad is maybe some of the ways he went in. Like sometimes, like I wish he was rapping on a beat instead of like doing his melodic singing. We'll get to what song I'm talking about specifically. And sometimes I feel like the features were better than Lil Yachty itself, which is fine in a way. But I don't know. Like if you're there for a Lil Yachty album, you know, you want to kind of hear what he wants to say or hear what he has to say. And overall, I'm still like I still like the project itself. But yeah, let me get into my like songs. I had Top Down. I had TD, which is a fire sample, by the way. TD, I think the best verse on this album for sure is the A$AP Rocky verse off of TD. That's the Tokyo Drift sample. And then yeah, his verse is just fire, I think. Bar after bar, I keep on going like, oh my gosh, like we ain't got no Turk and no Caicos, like Tokyo Drift, like the sample, like that bar was fire to start off with. After that, I had Black Jesus. After that, I did have Oprah's Bank Account. I don't know if it's just like it's kind of like a guilty pleasure, you know, in a sense, like a
yeah,
you know.
Every once in a while, it's nice to hear. Yeah,
exactly, and yeah. Range Rover Sport Truck with Lil Keed, probably one of the best songs off of the album. Don't forget Up There Music. Up There Music was a fire one. That's the one with like the Barry Bonds lyric, and like this is the okay. So Up There Music had like the flow and cadence of like what Lil Yachty was doing that I wanted on Concrete Boys, because the Concrete Boys beat might be low key the best beat on the entire album. It's fire. But he's doing a melodic thing on Concrete Boys, which I don't really like in a sense. But if he did the same cadence and rap flow like on Up There Music, I think that low-key would have been a top 5 Lil Yachty song. It would have been fire. And the last one I have on here is Till the Morning with Young Thug and Lil Durk. And yeah, the favorited songs I had were Range Rover Sports Truck. That was the only one I favorited. Do you want to go into the deluxe now, or should we wait and then go over your songs that you like?
We can go over the deluxe after. Yeah.
Okay, cool. So yeah, that's pretty much my thoughts on it. Let me hear like some of your likes or favorites off of it.
Yeah. So well, first of all, you didn't like Lemonhead?
Lemonhead?
You didn't like that one?
How did that one go? I don't remember that. Oh, wait. Play the middle part. Play the middle part. No. I think honestly, I don't know. Maybe something about the beat. Like I said, like sometimes like the beat was good, but like his cadence was just off. You know what I mean? And
I can see you not liking that one as much.
Yeah.
Hearing it again, but okay. Here, let me get into mine. Okay. So, I liked a lot of this album.
Yeah,
I liked it a lot. I liked Top Down, Walking Stock, TD.
Yeah.
Pardon me. Bro, features part on this was dumb.
Beg you for the pardon me. Beg you for the pardon me.
I liked Black Jesus.
I forgot about that one. That was a
Oprah's
banger.
bank account. That was a perfect analogy. You said like a guilty pleasure.
Mm-hmm.
It's like not even like it's a decent song, but it's not something crazy. But it's just nice to hear every once in a
I
while.
ain't mad at you, baby. Hey.
Yeah, Lemonhead. I liked. Up There music was good. Wu Chow and Concrete Boys. Dude, I know you didn't like the part of Concrete Boys how it wasn't like it was too melodic or something.
Yeah.
I didn't mind it, so that's why. I mean, I liked it as much as you did, but I might have liked it even more just because I didn't mind the melodic beat of it. I think that with the melodic like singing of Lil Yachty, so I think the beat and the melodic singing from him matched up really well. So that was one of my favorite songs um, through all of his albums that we've gone over so far. I really like that one.
Okay.
Concrete Boys, you gotta listen to. If you never heard that song, you gotta listen to that song.
Yeah. Yeah.
It was one of the first real like, damn, this is a hidden gem. I had never heard this before. Songs that I found.
My only thing is like, Concrete Boys is really solid. Like when he came in, he was like, "Concrete Boys up." I was like, bro, I was like getting hyped. I was like, bro, this is about to be fire. This is about to be top 5 Lil Yachty. And then he kept on doing the singing thing, and then I was like, okay, maybe a little bit down the line, maybe he'll do some like rapping in there, you know. It never really changed though, and I was just like, eh. I still like the song because of the beat mainly, but it's alright. I'm
Okay.
surprised. I'm surprised you didn't like Range Rover Sports Truck though. That's crazy.
Yeah. I thought you were gonna say something about that. Let me listen to that song again.
Range Rover Sports Truck, Range Rover Sports Truck, bit let me Jaeger, want me Jaeger. Bro, that song is fire. That song is fire.
I mean, he was alright. I think he said the Range Rover Sport Truck too many times.
Okay.
He said it
come on
like
now.
50 times in the song. It's just one line said over and over again.
Hey, that song's fire though. That song's fire. Okay.
I would probably disagree.
That like that.
But-
You know how you had the ski song. What was it? Foot Fungus. That you're like every time I listen to it, it just gets me more happy. Like it makes me really happy. Was that Foot Fungus or what was that for you?
I think I said something about Foot Fungus, but I don't think I said happy. I definitely like Foot Fungus, and I can listen to it a lot. Even though some people would argue it's overplayed, I think it's a decent song. Happy? I mean, maybe I said happy.
Maybe one of the songs I forget which one it was. It was like one of your songs that you were like every time I listen to it, it just like puts me in a good mood and like makes me feel good, you know. And this is how I feel with Range Rover Sports Truck. Like with every listen, like it lifts my mood up. It just like I'm like, hey, I'm just like Range Rover Sport Truck, Range Rover Sport Truck. That's what I be doing, man. I be pretending I'm in that Range Rover Sport Truck, you know. I'm in that. I'm in that John with Lil Yachty and Lil Key. But yeah, what
You didn't care for Walking Stock?
nah, not really.
Okay. It wasn't some crazy song. I was just I thought it was decent.
Yeah. Do you agree with what I said though? Like in the beginning, I was like, you know, I think this is like his best production and beat selection by far. Or do you think that's just
Yeah, I think it has a lot more variety. I think that this album had melodic stuff and trap stuff, hard stuff, and then he had decent features in here too. He didn't have as much features like as well known. Like he had Future, ASAP Rocky, and a couple others. But I think that looking at Lil Yachty's parts alone, yeah, I would agree with most of that what you said in the beginning. But I didn't say my favorites though.
Oh, yeah, what were your favorites?
I really liked TD, Concrete Boys, obviously, Black Jesus, Up There Music.
Up There Music is fire.
Yeah, that's what I had as favorites. So.
And what was the second to last one you said? You said before Up There Music?
Black Jesus.
Like Jesus. Yeah, see, all those songs I would put, like, all the songs you had that liked, I almost, like, it was so close to being, like, hearted. So close. Concrete Boys, not really, but the other ones, yeah, for sure. TD. So
That's crazy to me, bro. Concrete Boys is my favorite off the album.
really, wow.
Concrete Boys is fire to me.
I like Concrete Boys, but I don't know. But how did you feel about Tyler the Creator's verse on TD?
It was all right.
Yeah,
There's nothing to front.
I thought it was kind of like different in a way. I don't know. I think it's something you got to get used to, you know?
Tyler the Creator.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm not a big Tyler the Creator fan. But that could be it. But yeah, I don't think it was bad.
It was just a bit
I
different, you
think
know?
that, yeah, low key. Like ASAP Rocky could have gone for longer.
Bro.
Oh yeah, they could have came back in, bro. Yeah, I mean, it was alright.
Do you agree with me, though? ASAP Rocky had the best verse for sure.
On the song,
Yeah, on the song.
I'll probably say yeah. I'll
Yeah.
probably say so.
Bro, Tokyo Drift, like the sample, that was bro. When he started that verse off, I was like, bro, his verse about to go in. He's about to go in. And I don't know too much about ASAP Rocky. Like that was probably like one of the few like very little songs that I've heard of ASAP Rocky. So, shall we move on to the deluxe?
Yeah.
All right.
We should.
So the deluxe is Lil Boat 3.5. I only saved 2 songs off of it. Flex Up with Future and Play by Cardi and Coffin. And I also favorited both of them as well. What about you?
So I didn't favorite anything off of the 3.5,
Wow.
but I think I liked. Well, let me see what I liked. Yeah, so I liked Flex Up, Coffin, Just How I'm Feeling, and In My Stussies, but none of which were good enough for me to save. So, I liked Flex Up though. Flex Up was a cool song.
Flex Up was cool.
I mean, maybe I'll favorite that one just because it wasn't that good of a song. I just I just like the beat. I just like the song. It wasn't like a great song. I just like it. Yeah, man. The three was definitely obviously better than the 3.5. I don't know. Maybe he could have made an EP or something.
Maybe.
Yeah, and In My Stussies wasn't bad either. That's all I have to say, though. I mean, there's not much to say.
Yeah.
I didn't favorite anything. I liked a couple, but yeah, man, I don't think like he added something crazy. Like, oh my god, why didn't he drop this with the original album? Like, it wasn't nothing crazy.
I agree. I think it serves its purpose as being the deluxe. You know, I think it does a good job at being a deluxe.
Yeah. I think there's a couple songs that was nice that he added.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Is there anything else you want to say about? I mean, the deluxe. It's a deluxe album. You know, what else do you want us to say?
No, I don't have anything else to say.
Alrighty. Next was Michigan Boy Boat. Now this is interesting because Lil Yachty is not actually from Michigan or Detroit, but he got a lot of, I think, Detroit rappers or Michigan rappers on an album. And this is pretty interesting to me because I think Lil Yachty actually does a great job at the Detroit sound. I don't know if that's just me. I don't know how you feel. What are your thoughts on Lil Yachty doing this like Detroit sound?
No, I think he flows well with the other people on this album.
I agree.
Especially T Grizzly. I think T Grizzly and Lil Yachty flow together really well.
I agree. Which is a crazy combo, and how does
Yeah,
it,
you wouldn't think that would, yeah.
Exactly. Like in a sense, I kind of want to see I wouldn't mind seeing a collab album from like T Grizzly or Lil Yachty. I feel like it would be kind of nostalgic in a way, but it would still have some some modern bangers in a sense, you know.
I mean, I don't know if I would want a collab album with them.
But you know, a collab album doesn't have to be long.
Maybe like an EP. Yeah, I'd want an EP or like yeah, something like that. If they came out with an EP like 6-7 songs, that'd be fire. I think that'd be cool.
Yeah.
But I don't know if he needs a whole album. Is what I'm saying.
Okay, I could see that. I could see that. But let's get into the like songs that I had. I had Concrete Goonies, Never Did Coke, and Hybrid. I didn't favorite any of them. I just liked them. What about you?
Yeah, I liked the Dynamic Duo with T Grizzly.
That was so close
I
for
like-
me. It was so close.
Yeah, I'm surprised you didn't like that
It
one.
was really close.
I liked Concrete Goonies as well.
Mhm.
Don't Even Bother, and Fight Night Round 3. I thought was the coolest song,
Really?
but I didn't favorite any either. So
Yeah. It was kind of like an album that was like kind of in between, like Lil Boat, like his normal sound and like what he was getting to next. But I think it was like a cool, interesting, like his take on Detroit, on the Detroit like scene, and
yeah,
I think it's for sure if he does another album where like it's back to his like hip hop stuff. I wouldn't mind seeing like some Detroit beat on like with him and some other artist. I wouldn't mind it.
yeah.
I got nothing else really. Oh, but I will say I think this is probably one of my favorite album covers. I like the
Yeah.
I like the way it has like a lot of stuff on it. It has some like a football player, a car, um, stuff like that. I think it looks really cool. Anything else you want to say, or shall we move on to the most recent album that came out this year?
Let's move on to the most recent album. Yeah.
Alrighty. You want to start with this one, or shall I?
I kind of want to start with this one.
Go ahead, man. Take it away. Take it away. Take it away.
Okay. So I'll start with the ones that I liked. I liked the Black Seminole. This was a crazy album, just so y'all know.
Mm-hmm.
The Black Seminole. I liked The Zone. I've officially lost Vision, and The Alchemist is the ones that I like the most. There's a couple more that I wouldn't mind listening to more often, but those are the four that I really liked. And then as for the ones that I favorited The Black Seminole, and I've officially lost Vision. And this is an album where Lil Yachty has just thrown everything he's ever done out the window and just started it's a new album that he's never done before. It's like something I would have never expected from Lil Yachty. I would never have ever expected something like this. It's like, what would you compare it to? Like whose style would you compare it to if you could try to compare it to someone?
I don't really know, to be honest. It's like a rock, hip hoppy, like.
I don't even know about hip hop though. I don't even know about hip hop. It's like
I don't know.
there's like parts of it that are like he starts spitting, but like a lot of the song is like almost like electronic, or like it's like almost like if maybe like if Daft Punk was a girl.
Well, here's the thing,
I
though.
don't know.
People
It's like hella electronic-y.
So when it came out, people were saying it sounds like a Pink Floyd record, which
Okay, yeah, that's a good point.
I don't really
Yeah.
listen to Pink Floyd like that, so I don't really know too much about Pink Floyd and stuff like that.
No, that's actually a good analogy.
But that's what people were saying. So
Yeah, so I favorited the Black Seminole, and I've officially lost Vision. The Black Seminole was the first track on the album, and it opened up perfectly. I think it was a great intro song.
agree.
And then also, I want to say I've officially lost Vision. It's almost like he was like on an acid trip or some type of trip, and it could have been like that the whole album. If you look at the album cover, it's like all the people's faces are looking at him. It's like a whole bunch of businessmen, and all their faces are just like slightly tweaked, like their eyes up or their eyes closed, and like their mouth is like in a weird shape. And like if you like look at it from far away, it looks like it's like just regular people smiling. But then if you like take a closer look at the album, like all their faces are messed up. And it's almost like what I picture it to be like on acid, if like you had a whole bunch of people laughing, or like and their just faces are just moving with the acid. So I think that was a really cool album cover, and just a whole idea as an album. I think out of all of his albums, this was like the most fun, or like the most fun I had listening to an album was this album. And I like that he did something completely new that he's never done before. So I really like this one. It's probably I wouldn't say it was his best album, but I would probably say it's my favorite album. Yeah.
Okay.
And then lastly, yeah, as I was saying, I've officially lost Vision. It's a longer song. It's 5.5 minutes. But he says, I've officially lost Vision. And the beat matches perfectly with the lyrics. I just really fuck with that. It's probably my top 5. So yeah, man, that's all I got to say. I think it was a really cool album. I'm glad that he did something different. But what did you think of it?
Yeah, so let me get my songs out of the way. That way I can really dive into the whole album listening experience that I had. Um, I will start off with my like songs. My like songs were The Black Seminole, The Ride, Running Out of Time, Failure, which is more like an interlude, just him talking about like his failure and stuff like that. Drive Me Crazy, I've Officially Lost Vision, Paint the Sky, Should I Be, and The Alchemist. Now my favorite out of those were The Black Seminole, The Ride, I've Officially Lost Vision, Should I Be, and The Alchemist. Now as far as
Alchemist was cool.
The Alchemist was really dope. Now as far as like my album listening experience, it was definitely a trip. Kind of like you were saying for like I've Officially Lost Vision. There was a lot of emotion and like there was a lot of emotion and feeling in this album. You know, like I could really like feel the music in a sense. Like obviously like with his previous projects. It's hip hop, it's trap. You know, you feel good. Like you know, it's like hip hop, trap, or melodic. You know, it's stuff like that. But with this one, it felt a little bit different. Obviously, it's more alternative, and I gotta say, like almost every song on here had a lot of bounce to it. Like almost like you know, like when like drummers like do their feet like that or whatever. Like they go up and down and stuff like that on like the bass, the big drum. I don't know what it's called, but. Like every time the song would come on, I would always just like see myself like start to like head bob or like do the foot thing, you know, and it was like the songs just have so much bounce to them, so much power, and yeah, I really enjoyed it. I think The Black Seminole is by far the best song off of this album.
It was a good song.
It's a 7-minute song, and it keeps you like in like it keeps you in for like the whole song. And like the whole like end part of the song is great. I will only say one maybe negative thing about it is that like second half of the album it was starting to like not get repetitive but like get a bit like okay I'm kind of done with it in a sense. Like it was cool off the first listen obviously, but like my second listen going through this and I was like, you know, maybe that wasn't one of my favorite songs off of the album, or maybe I didn't really care for that one as much as the other one.
Yeah, I was gonna say, I think it was. Yeah, I would agree with the first time through. It was fun to listen to it all the way through. It was almost like a trip or a story.
Yeah.
But second time through, I was definitely more picky.
Mm-hmm.
And I realized that a lot of the songs, even though they flow well together, they're somewhat similar. So I picked out just the ones that I liked more. Like the first time, I kind of liked too many, and I just went through it. It was like. Okay, well, this one was good, but I didn't need to save it. Like, so yeah, I would agree.
Yeah, like I'm not a like so I was really strict on Lil Yachty. I had like if you've seen this whole episode, I haven't had a lot of songs saved. And this one I was like I feel like I still have too many, but when I like something, I just can't take it off. You know, if I like it, I like it, and it is what it is, man. This is by far I think his best album. Production wise,
Wow.
It doesn't mean it's my favorite though, but I think it is his best.
I'm opposite. I think it's my favorite, but I don't know if it's his best.
Really, yeah, that's interesting.
Yeah.
I think it's only his best only because it's so different. Like it's a completely 360 turn. It is so different from what he is, or I guess 180. I don't know why I said 360, but 180 turn from who Lil Yachty even was. And before, like, the promotion, I guess you could say, was, like, him being like, oh, my next album's about to be crazy. I was like, everybody says that, you know, when they're about to drop an album, because it's going to be crazy. Everybody says that. But this legitimately caught me off guard, and I was super intrigued by it, and I thought this was super different. And I don't know if I want him to do this again, though. I think I would rather him do either something different or maybe go back to hip-hop if that's what he feels like. But I think it's a cool one-off album. If he wants to do more, cool. I'm not gonna be like upset about it. But yeah, I think it was cool. Nothing else, nothing more, nothing less. What about you? Anything else?
Yeah, I think that's some good points. I don't know if I'd want to see him do another album just like it, but if he incorporated some of the aspects of the album into a new album, and then also took stuff from his past, like hip hoppy and what bubblegum trap is what he calls it. I think that would be cool to see. I don't know if he should do a whole album like this one, but I think there's some cool aspects and more of a melodic feel to it that I think he should bring into the future. So
For sure.
Yeah. yeah, I would say it was a cool ass album, Lil Yachty, bro. I wasn't expecting it, bro. I was not expecting that shit.
I agree. Should we move on to the singles?
Yes, we should.
All right, we have a lot. Oh, I have a lot of singles. Do you have a lot of singles? I don't know about you, but I have a lot of singles.
That you liked or that you favorited?
Liked. I had like 3 favorites.
Okay, I had a I had a lot. Oh, and then also I liked Stony. I forgot to mention that off of Nothing to Prove. I guess I didn't see it. I like that song too. But moving forward, yeah, I did have a lot of singles as well
Okay.
that I favorited. Oh, there's a couple singles that were fire.
You want to start?
Well,
or
y'all,
do
y'all need to listen to the fucking singles. Holy shit, you
Yeah,
had
the
some
sing-
fires.
Yeah, the singles in the Birthday Mix 6 EP. But we'll get into it. We'll get into it.
Yeah.
You want to start or shall I? It's up to you, man. I'm fine with either.
I can start. Yeah.
Alrighty, let's hear it, man.
All right, here's a list, man. It's kind of a long one. Here's all the ones that I liked first. I liked Poland. I feel like I had to save that into the Lil Yachty playlist.
Mm-hmm.
The Lil Yachty, yeah, you had to save that one. Rock Climbing with Remble. More of Remble's song, but oh my god, that song is so fucking clean. It's so clean. Solid off of the one EP, Birthday Mix 6.
Mm-hmm.
Hit Body. I'm a Kodak fan, so you know I had to save that one. Mama. I think he had 2 songs named Mama.
Whoa,
I think he had 2.
was this one spelled MOMMA or was it spelled MAMA?
MAMA.
Yeah, the other one spelled MOMMA.
Yeah.
But
Which is dope. Split Whole Time. That was a cool song. How did that one go?
oh, okay. Yeah, I remember that.
Yeah. That's a cool one I could just ride to in the car.
Yeah.
High Top Shoes, oh my god. I thought that the High Top Shoes EP was a really cool EP. I know we were talking about it in a bit and you didn't like it as much as I did, but I really fuck with the High Top Shoes EP.
Really?
It wasn't even it wasn't even like super crazy songs, but there was like a couple verses and all of the songs that I really fucked with. And I was just like, oh, okay. I was just like sitting there like, damn. So I liked High Top Shoes and A-Team. I liked both of those off of the. Was there 3 songs in that EP? I think it was 3.
Yeah, there's 3, I think.
Okay. I liked 2 out of 3, and then I liked Once Again, and I liked Intro. That's what the Planes album cover, the airport one.
Yep,
Those
yep,
are both
yep.
decent songs. Go Crazy, Go Stupid Freestyle. Man, I fuck with this one, man. Bro, it was an actual freestyle. I'm guessing it was actually freestyle. He didn't like write it down with pen and shit.
It's only a minute 35 too, so it makes sense. That beat is hard. That beat is hard.
It's not even the beat, bro. He goes dummy on that shit. But
Bro,
every
okay.
bar just fucking flows.
You know, Go Crazy, Go Stupid, the freestyle. That's what I wanted on Concrete Boys. Not the same flow, obviously, but I wanted something like that on Concrete Boys. I
Yeah.
think it would have been so fire.
I can see that.
Yeah.
I liked All Stars Freestyle. I was debating on whether I want to put it in my Lil Yachty playlist or not, but the beat was pretty fire, so I added it. Fuck Up a Sack. I like that one. Little Boat, which was Little Boat. I think that was his first EP ever in 2015, on Spotify at least. And then the last but not least, I had Sprinkle. I went through the Birthday Mix 6 again, and Sprinkle's a fire one. I think you told me you liked that one.
Yeah.
But that's what's that one? Yeah.
Stop, bro. That song is gas. That song is gas, bro. That song is gas.
That's a tough one.
That song is so gas.
But I want to say that he had a lot of fire fucking singles, bro. You gotta You guys have to try the fucking Go Crazy Go Stupid freestyle. I would listen to all of the Birthday Mix 6.
Agree.
I would listen to. I mean, I personally thought that the High Top Shoes EP was really good.
I think
I thought
okay,
there was
so
like some high songs in it.
I agree. You should listen to it. I don't think it was necessarily for me. I think the songs were not like basic in a sense, but I just feel like they weren't really for me like that, you know. But I could
Yeah,
see.
I don't think it was like great production. I just think everyone went hard on them.
I agree. I can see that, you know.
Yeah.
I just personally like Birthday Mix 6 better, you know. Did you have any favorites, or was that all your likes, or?
Yeah, I had some favorites. I obviously favorited Go Crazy Go Stupid freestyle. Let me see what I favorited. I liked A Team. I favorited A Team off the High Top Shoes album. I favorited Hit Bout It. I favorited Rock Climbing with Remble. And that was all the ones that I had favorited. Oh, and then I also favorited High Top Shoes. Yeah. I at first I didn't favorite it, and then I went back and listened to it again. And I was like, that's a favorite. So, but yeah, man, bro, I want to hear what you think of the singles because there was a lot of good ones.
Nah, for sure. Okay. So I had. I'll start with my likes. I had On Me with Lil Yachty, Nug Thug. Fire. Not a favorite, but it's just fire, man. I love Young Thug's part in it. I actually think this. You know how I was saying that like T Grizzly and Lil Yachty flow together well. This one surprisingly caught me off guard in a way. I thought that this was kind of cool. We heard Young Thug on what was it, Lil Boat 3, and hearing the single, I thought was pretty dope. I had No Smoke with D Savage, trap banger in my opinion. It's just fire. Go Crazy Go Stupid freestyle. We talked about that. Fire beat, obviously a fire freestyle. I also had once again with Lil Yachty T Grizzly. I thought that was pretty fire as well. As far as a birthday mix, I'm gonna save that for later because I'm gonna get more into that. But I had Walkie My Lover, which I believe that has like a, what is it called? An interpolation. It had an interpolation of the you know, the Purple album with like the waves and the big ball. I forget what the people are called. Is it called Tame Impala? Is that who they're called?
Yeah, that is. Yeah.
Okay, I think they sampled Tame Impala on that song. And it was fire.
Yeah,
Lil Yachty's
I
part
didn't
was fire. After that, Max Sauce came in, and it was like a 180. He did like this cinematic, like hard trap banger vibe, which was dope to me. I really liked it. It caught me off guard first, but I got used to it after it, and it was one of my favorites for sure. I liked Pulling as well. I wouldn't say this one's a guilty pleasure though. I think it's honestly pretty good. Like sometimes, like when it came out, I would actually go listen to it, and the verse was more like a chill, like, you know, I've been tweaking, ayy, I've been geeking, ayy, like I'm keening, you know. Don't know if those are the words, but
yeah, it's one that you can listen to with your friends, just like as a every couple fucking months, I guess. I mean, I don't think I liked it as much as you did, but I wouldn't say it was I don't know. Yeah, I think it was a decent song.
yeah, like
I don't have too much.
I agree. I'm not going into it like that, you know, crazy. I had Strike Holster. I'm surprised you didn't have Strike Holster. I like that one.
How did that one go?
It goes, let's go. I've been balling, ayy. You might have to play it on your phone because the chorus is pretty cool. It's probably on
Oh, that's a
TikTok.
new one.
Yes, the newest one. Okay. Surprised you didn't like that one, but that's just me though.
Yeah, it was okay. I wasn't a big fan.
Okay.
It was kind of offbeat.
Yeah, a little bit. Then I had the Birthday Mix 6, man. Fire EP. Definitely, to be honest, it almost made it like into my top Lil Yachty projects like made. It was so fire. And I think it's just personally because I love rage beats. I don't know why, but rage beats to me are so fire. And it's specifically what I'm talking about, like rage beat wise, is Sprinkle. Those type of beats, they get me going, man. But I had Virgo World with Lil Tecca. I had Sprinkle, that was a favorite. I had Solid with Sofago, and I had Phase On, which was also a favorite. Just to reiterate what I said, I only had 3 favorites, which is Sprinkle, Phase On, and Walkie My Lover. But yeah, man, I agree with Quinn. You definitely need to go listen to the singles. There's some definitely underrated ones. I wasn't a big fan of the Kodak one. That's just me personally, though. I know you're a fan of Kodak like that, so it is what it is.
Yeah. Yeah, man.
Did you want to get into
I enjoyed listening to the singles.
Okay.
I probably did. You weren't a fan of the Kodak one, though?
Not really. I don't know what it was. I don't know. I think it's.
Did you like Kodak's part?
It was cool.
Or what was it about it? Like, was it Lil Yachty's part of Kodak? Yeah, it just wasn't some like.
It was.
Damn.
Yeah. You know, like if a Kodak song, it really has to stand out to me. You know. Not like really stand out.
Yeah.
But it has
I
to
guess
have
it's
some
really
type of.
fun.
Yeah.
Okay.
Should we get into the big finale?
Oh yeah. Yeah, we should get into the big finale. Yeah.
Alrighty, y'all.
Yeah. You can kick it off with your list first.
You want me to do it again first? All right. Here we go, man.
You got it. Yeah.
Artist rankings. Here we go, y'all. Favorite album. My favorite album is Lil Boat 3. I think it's really good, man. I really like Lil Boat 3. I think this is mainly my hip-hop bias coming into play. But I really like the songs off of Lil Boat 3. I think the production is great. I go back to this one more frequent than like the other albums for sure. Nothing else really more to say. I gave it an 8.2 out of 10. Solid album for sure. His best album, however, I think is Let's Start Here. Like I said before, I think the production and whatever I said before, I'm not going to reiterate what I said, but I gave that an 8.6 with a banger percentage of 57%. Now, you might be wondering, why is the banger percentage of 57? Well, I think that obviously the songs that you can go back to, or like replayability-wise, I think 57% of the album is very replayable. But the other half, or the other percentage, not so much. You know, I feel like it's more like an album you listen to all at once, and you really experience the album as one, instead of like a song, like a playlist in a sense. You know.
Yeah.
Favorite songs now. Man, here we go, man. At number 5, I had Das Cap, Fire Beat, man. I give that an 8.6 out of 10. After that, I had Range Rover Sports Truck. I gave that an 8.
You really fuck with that one.
Bro, that one's fire.
You fuck with that one.
I really like the chemistry between Lil Keed and Lil Yachty, man. I thought it was really fire. I gave that an 8.8 out of 10. I had the Black Seminole at 3. Like I said before, that one has so much power. It's a 7-minute song, and it really brings you all together. And I think it's just fire. It's really captivating. I gave that a 9.1 out of 10. A little bit higher at the number 2 spot, I gave it to Yacht Club. I listened to the song too many times for me not to put it in my top 5. And the chemistry between Juice and Lil Yachty, obviously them going back and forth, the Drake bar, him getting a girl pregnant, having to buy a playpen, a stroller. It's just like a funny, comedic, like chill type of vibe song that you would like hear on a yacht. Like you'd just be at a kickback, you know what I'm saying? Like a chill, like a, I don't really know what I'm trying to say here, but like a chill song, you know what I'm saying?
Dude, when they go back and forth and they bounce off each other, that part is so fucking hard. It's bar after bar, Lil Yachty, Juice WRLD, that part is so fire.
It's fire. And
that made the song for me.
And like here, there's like no melodic stuff like that big, which I would have expected. Like maybe Juice or Lil Yachty would be doing melodic-y stuff, but they're both rapping and they're both going bar for bar with each other, which I think is really cool. I don't know if I said it, but I gave it a 9.2. Number 1, man. Maybe you could tell by my reaction. Number 1 is Sprinkle off of the Birthday Mix 6. That's a 9.3. It's too good, man. It's too good, dude. I don't know why. I told you the rage beat gets me every time. The intro, it reminds me so much of like a Miss the Rage type of beat, and it's just fire. It's fire. I go back to it. I listen to it like now, maybe once a day, to be honest.
It does.
It's so fire, dude. And this was way before Mr. Rage. You know what I'm talking about? This came out in like that EP came out in like 2020 or 2021, I want to say, which is crazy. And maybe it wasn't way before Mr. Rage actually, but it was before. I know that for sure. And yeah, man, that was my top 5. I do have an unreleased song though. I also have an unreleased for Jid, and I'll get into that and I'll explain why. The unreleased that I had for Jid and Lil Yachty is Van Gogh. Now, if you've seen the YouTube video, there's I don't know if it's like a whole music video, so I don't know if they leaked the music video and the song, but I don't know how that worked. But there's a whole music video with Jid and Lil Yachty in it, and it's Van Gogh. The song is fire. It's gas. It's a 9.4. It's so good. It's so good. But it's not on streaming platforms at all. I recommend you go listen to it. And I called it an unreleased because it's not on streaming platforms. So it's on YouTube, but do what you want to do with that. And as a rating, now the rating, it might seem a little low, but I'll explain myself. I gave him a 64. Now you may be wondering, 64, that seems really low, like a D. Well, we're not grading on like a letter grade. So like a 60 for me, I think is a good rapper or a good artist, you know? Like
it's better than average.
Yeah, like above average. That's what I would say. Like average is like 50s, 60s is like above average, 70s you could probably say good, 80s great, 90s amazing, and then like obviously the hundreds, 10 out of 10. You know.
The 100.
Yeah, the 100, my bad. Masterpiece. But 64, I don't think it's terrible because, yes, his recent work is phenomenal. It's really good, and it's definitely great. But the other stuff, like the first 3 albums, are really bad. And I think you have to take into account with what he's put out as in totality. And I think 64 is fine because I think it puts him above average. It could raise depending on what he releases later, like in his career. And I'm definitely open to definitely moving him up to like definitely a 75, even if he releases stuff like he has been and improving and stuff like that. You know, I don't got much else to say. Let's hear what you want to say or get into your list. Up to you, man.
Yeah, man, I think it's a solid list. You really fucked with the Range Rover Sport Truck.
Yeah,
I thought it was a good one, but
I liked
obviously
it.
not that good.
I liked it.
Yeah. And you said that your favorite unreleased was Van Gogh, and Jid was on it too. Is that your favorite for Jid too?
Yeah, it is my favorite. Oh yeah, I didn't say that. It's my favorite for Jid too, because that's the only like Jid unreleased I've ever listened to. And obviously it was my same score, 9.4.
Okay. Yeah. So I guess I'll kick it off with my my favorite album. So my favorite album was his newest one, Let's Start Here. And I kind of mentioned it a little bit earlier. I just think that it was something very different from what he usually does. And the fact that he was still able to pull it off when he's never done anything electronic or like he's done melodic, but nothing like a whole album. And he was able to do it well, which is why it was my favorite album. It was just really creative. And I rated that album 7.5 out of 10. I think now looking back at it, I could have dropped it to like a 7.2 maybe, but around the 7s. And then the best album I had was Lil Boat 3. And Lil Boat 3, I think, really covered all of the Lil Yachty in it. It had hard-ass beats, and then it had melodic beats in it. I rated Lil Boat 3 a 7.9 out of 10 with a banger percentage of 73%. Because I think that the majority of songs on that album I would go back to and enjoy listening to. I think it also had one of the albums that I had favorited the most songs off of. So that's why I rated it a 73% banger percentage. And then as for my favorite 5 songs, we've got number 5, the Go Stupid Freestyle, Go Crazy Go Stupid Freestyle. And I rated that a 8.4. Even though it's such a short song, it's. I mean, I wish it was longer. That's my only complaint. I wish it was longer. And if there's nothing else I can complain about other than it being longer, then it's done its job.
Sure.
Fourth, I've got Yacht Club. Yacht Club. I had it in my top 10 when I was trying to pick beats down, and I was like, well, I just kept on listening to the back and forth of Lil Yachty and Juice World, and Juice was like, and there's one a training,
Yeah.
bro, and then Lil Yachty's like, I don't know, let me talk. I'm gonna get my Smith and Wesson. That's the Juice World, but yeah,
Oh yeah.
right. It was just a really, it was just a really, it came out perfectly.
Yeah. He's like,
Why they always hating?
it was weird because it was
What's
like,
like-
I just nutted in and I might have to buy a playpen or a stroller.
Yeah.
And I was like, what the hell?
Bro, they went dummy on that shit.
That was pretty fire.
Dude, I rated that at 8.5, but I think I could hike it up to an 8.6. But on a good day, it will be an 8.7, bro.
Wow.
Third, I had I'm Feeling. Or Just How I'm Feeling, my bad. Just How I'm Feeling. That was my second favorite. No, my third favorite. And I had rated that one an 8.6 out of 10. My third favorite was Just How I'm Feeling with Lil Baby. The beat goes hard as fuck. It's like a heavenly beat, bro. It's like it's like someone's yelling, but yet the yelling is bro.
Oh,
It's
yeah,
like a crazy ass beat. It's fire.
I remember that one. That one was pretty hard
That was my
actually.
favorite.
That one was pretty hard.
Yeah, and then Lil Baby comes in at the end, bro, and I wish he had more, bro. I wish he had more to say. That was a fire song. And then number two was, I don't know if I said what my rating was for Just How I'm Feeling. I rated it at 8.6. My number two was Concrete Boys. I talked about that a while back. I think it was probably my favorite beat of all songs by Lil Yachty. I think it's probably my favorite beat. Enough said. Number one, I've Officially Lost Vision is my favorite Lil Yachty song. The Black Seminole was good starter, but I've Officially Lost Vision. The whole song, I was just like, I was feeling the energy. Like there was just like energy coursing through my veins when I was listening to that song. It got me pumped as shit. It's a long song, but there was not a single time where I was like, hurry it up, dog. It's fucking old. Like I fuck with it. So
That's a big
Yeah,
jump, by
man.
the way.
is it really? Yeah, I guess it is. 8.7 to 9.2. Yeah, it is.
That's
But
a
bro,
5. That's a 0.5 jump. That's a really big. That's the biggest jump we've had so far. No.
no, you had a
I think-
8.6 to 9.2 on Ski Mask.
Oh, true.
That's the
true.
biggest jump we had.
Yeah, it was close though. It was close though.
But yeah, man, that was my list. I really like doing Lil Yachty. It was hard at the beginning.
What about your rating? Your rating for him?
Yeah, I'm about to get into it.
Oh, okay.
It was hard at the beginning. It's all good. First 3, 4, maybe even 5 albums. There were songs where I was like I was kind of just like listening to like the first minute. I was like, okay, I get the gist. Next, okay, yeah, all right. And then there was like started on the 4th and 5th album was when I started picking up, and there were like I started listening to the albums more. I would go back to songs that I really liked, and then all the way to the newest one. Let's Start Here, where I listened to the whole album and was really appreciative of the new creative style that he had come up with. So it was a long listen. He had a decent amount of albums, not like a crazy amount, but it was a good amount of albums. And just because of the sheer amount of songs he had, if he had like he's got good songs, but just because I think if I like 60, around 50 or 60, and I favored it probably like I think I favored 15 to 20, which is a decent amount of songs favored and liked, but just because he's got so much, it really isn't that big of a percentage. It's probably like 10% or 20% of the songs I liked, and then like 5%, maybe 4% I favorited. Um, Gives you my final rating, which is a 62. And I think that that's pretty reasonable. I think that if he does continue to make new stuff that incorporates like his old type of beats with like his new learning that he's got in Let's Start Here, I think that I could see that rating going up to around a 71 at the max. I'm thinking maybe 73 if he comes out with something insane. But right now, just because he's got so many songs, I'm not saying he doesn't have fire. He just has a lot of songs that are. He's got a decent amount that are good. He's got a lot of songs that are bad, and a lot that I wouldn't go back to. So, with that said, I think 62 is my final rating for now. We'll see if he can change that in the future. And I didn't have an unreleased a favorite unreleased song. I don't really listen to unreleased Lil Yachty like that. But I'll definitely update you guys when I find some fire. So I'm gonna have to listen to that one song you recommended though, Van Gogh.
Yeah.
I had never heard of that before, so I'm gonna check that out. And yeah, man, that's final. 62 for Lil Yachty. I'm pretty happy with that. A lot of artists to go, and I think that my ratings might change a tad, a point or two, but as of now, in the I am settled with 62. So I'd love to hear what you guys say. If you guys disagree or agree, let us know in the comments below. Let us know a favorite song. Let us know something we missed on. If there's a fire song that we didn't mention, and you're like, "What the fuck? That was his best song," bro. Let us know. Like, we want to hear from you guys too.
For sure.
So, yeah, man, I really enjoyed Lil Yachty. In the beginning, it was slow, but when it picked up, I was really starting to feel it.
Mm-hmm.
So,
I
yeah.
agree. I don't have any regrets doing Lil Yachty. I think that's only the bad thing that I'm gonna get out of an artist if I've like did all this time and I regretted it. Lil Yachty, I can say I honestly liked some of the songs and I wasn't disappointed in a sense. The first 3 albums, like you said before, not great. But he got better over time, and I think it was kind of cool to actually see his evolution as an artist and him even get up to make the Let's Start Here album, which is pretty good in my opinion. I got nothing else more to say. What about you?
Yeah, I would say, if our guys are gonna start with Lil Yachty, I wouldn't start with Let's Start Here.
Yeah.
The name suggests that you should, but I wouldn't. It's completely different from what he ever does. So if you want like Lil Yachty, I wouldn't start with Let's Start Here. I'd probably start with either Lil Boat 3.0 or with Nuthin to Prove. Is what I would say.
Agreed.
If you know you like him, if you like him already, I would probably say Nuthin to Prove, and then head into Lil Boat 3. If you don't know too much about him and you've only heard some features like Oprah's bank account, I would start with Lil Boat 3. So, yeah, that's what I think, man. I think Lil Yachty is solid. I would say if anything, he's got some songs that are overrated. Underrated? Is he underrated? I don't think he's underrated.
No.
I think he has songs that are underrated, but as a
But as a what? What'd you say?
I think it lagged out. I said as a whole, he could be a tad bit overrated as a whole, but he does have songs that not many people have heard about that are underrated. And that one, Concrete Boys, I would probably say is my favorite hidden gem that I found. And then also, Let's Start Here was a hidden gem in a whole album. I never heard a single song off that album, so that was definitely a hidden gem, bro. When I heard the intro, I was like, yeah. When I heard the intro, I was like, I had to check. I was like, this isn't Lil Yachty. What the fuck? Did my playlist change? And nah, it was fucking Lil Yachty, bro. I think he did something different with that one.
Mm-hmm.
I fuck with it.
But
yeah.
should we wrap it up here, man? If you guys made it this far, like, subscribe, all that jazz, comment, give us your thoughts on Lil Yachty, give us your favorite album, top 5 songs, even your favorite song. And, yeah, man, share the pod. Share it with your friends. Share with everybody, man. Cheap talk. I got nothing else to say. You?
Nah, man, appreciate y'all for watching. Let us know what you think. And like, subscribe, comment, share. Most definitely share. And we appreciate any interaction with the video. So,
For sure.
we want to stay in contact with you guys. And I hope y'all can become part of the community. With that said, I think that's a wrap up, man.
It's a wrap, man. Cheap talk.
Thank y'all for watching, and Cheap Talk out.
Cheap talk out, man.
Hey, Cheap Talk out.